Now, a Thunder Report from 107.7 The Franchise.
Greetings, Thunder fans. Things have gotten a little more strange in the Memphis Grizzlies camp as today at Memphis shoot-around, guard Tony Allen left the practice visibly upset. When we asked Coach Dave Joerger if he was going to play tonight, Joerger's response was, possibly. You'll see that response in our Thunder Report as we attended Memphis shoot-around today, and you'll also see what the Thunder had to think about tonight's game from practice yesterday on today's Thunder Report.
Can you tell us what's up with him?
Nope.
Will he play tonight?
Possibly.
That's it?
That's it.
You concerned about that?
Yes.
Yes. I mean, is it a team thing or is it a personal thing or?
This is hilarious.
Anything else about the game tonight?
Without Z-Bo, Dave, have you decided on a lineup tonight that you'll roll out here starting, or is that still to be decided?
That'll be decided later. Yeah.
Obviously, he's huge in what you do. How does it affect, preparation for a Game 7?
Well, I mean, if we don't believe that we can win, that's what we've been talking about. You got to believe we've come through the fire all season long, and obviously they're one of the top talented teams in the league. They're explosive and all the superlatives that you can put on them. I wouldn't put unreliable on them. That was amazing. They're great, but we've beaten them before. We've beaten them in here before. We've beaten them when we played 9 games in like 13 days or whatever it was a couple years ago, and we believe we can win. And if not, we wouldn't walk out here tonight.
You have to. The guys are saying that maybe you have to get more offensive tonight. You're a defensive-minded team, but do you have to maybe try to get up and down with them tonight because you don't have Z-Bo in the middle?
No.
Okay.
Coach, what did you see from Mike today in practice? What do you expect tonight?
He's going to go as much as he can. It's a tough deal. Those are not friendly, injuries because you can get it loose, but it's still. I mean, it's very painful for him. He'll give us everything he's got. Good thing they've got a slow point guard for him to stay in front. It's tough. It's a tough deal. You got a 6'5", maybe the top 2 or 3 athletes in the league playing their point guard for them. And Russell Westbrook is a tremendous player. I would say top 7 or 8 in the NBA. So he's got his work cut out for him. We can move some guys around and try to play different games with it. But he'll give us everything he's got.
Have you ever had to deal with so many things in such a big game, Dave? I know this is your first Game 7 as a head coach, but with injuries and Z-Bo and everything, it's just tough, I guess.
It is. In the minor leagues, there's times where you play with 7 or 8 guys, and I guess that's the only thing that I could, relate it to. We're sitting here with 12, healthy bodies tonight that can go, or part thereof, not 7 or 8. That's difficult, with his fouls and fatigue and all that in this, but. Look, at the end of the day, it's 48 minutes. We throw the basketball up and let's see what happens.
No excuses?
No.
Overall, what did you think about the suspension?
About this? Oh, of Zach?
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to comment on that.
Coach, could you tell us anything about just how Z-Bo reacted? Obviously, you guys got the news after you left Memphis.
Yeah, he feels terrible. Yeah, he feels awful.
It was 8 when it happened. It was 6 yesterday at practice. How's it feel today?
It's the morning time, man. It feels around the same, but it's I think it feels better in the sense of mobility-wise. Pain's still there, but it's nothing I can't play through. I think.
When is it? I guess when they throw it up today, you're not going to worry about it. You're just going to give it 100% until you can't anymore.
Yeah, that's it. I just want to go out there and give what I got for my team, whatever that is. I'm going to go as hard as I can and for as long as I can, and just see what we can do.
You were on an airplane. You get news about losing Z-Bo for Game 7. Obviously, everything changes. How does it change going into do or die tonight?
It changes a lot. Changes up our whole game plan with Zach out. So we have to try to adjust, make some quick adjustments. We're going to have to rely on a lot of guys to come in and play big roles for us tonight that haven't played a lot during the series, and you know, this is Game 7, so we have no excuses. We got to go out there and try to win it.
How tough is it going into a Game 7 without Z-Bo?
Well, I mean, it's difficult. You know, guy who you rely on to do a lot of stuff for you, who's been in a lot of wars with this team. You know, deep in the playoff runs, you lose that experience, you lose the scoring, you lose his leadership. So it's definitely not how we had it drawn up. But you know, that happens throughout the season with injuries or suspensions or whatever. So you make the most of it. You go out there and have fun.
You've seen the video. Is it fair to lose a guy like that for what happened?
I haven't watched it close enough to assess that. You know, it's what it is difficult for us, and we've got to make our adjustments, and we will, and we'll see how it plays out.
How do you play this game tonight without Z-Bo? What are the keys now as you lose the leading scorer of the team?
You got to. I mean, obviously, we still got to lead with our defense because that's what's got us here. But at the same time, we got to be a little more aggressive offensively. We got to play a little faster pace, hunt down shots, let it fly, have fun. Every other corny thing you can say.
What needs to be done to win tonight?
Oh, we got to play at a faster pace. I mean, we won't be able to play both posts like we always been, so we're going to have to adjust a little bit and be ready to play.
How tough, Mark, is it to know Z-Bo's not here with you?
Oh, it's tough, but it's, you know, it's. Of course, we would like him to play, but he's not able to, and we move on. We'll give it everything we got. And I have no doubt about that.
When you heard about the suspension, I guess, is it fair for the NBA to take out one of your
fair enough fair is the situation that we're in, and we got to move on, and we got to play the best we can, and compete tonight. Don't let them run up and down and get easy buckets, because that's really going to hurt us, and we got to control the pace of the game.
Does this maybe motivate or galvanize your team a little bit with all the odds stacked against you?
I mean, playing a Game 7 is pretty motivating. I don't know if you can get more motivating than that. So if you could get any more, well, there you have it.
Immediately in the huddle after the game, your focus shifted to Game 7. What's going to be key coming off that big win in tomorrow's game?
Understand that we have to play with the urgency that it takes to win in this league, and that is playing from the opening tap, possession by possession, a defensive mentality, a passing mentality, and we have to do that for the one more game in this series. They beat us on our home court the last time we played them here, so we have to understand that they're going to come in. They're going to play with desperation, which they should. You know, we want to continue to build on what we did last game, and just focus on doing that for 48 minutes.
Scott, you talk about the desperation they're going to play with, but in a Game 7, everybody's desperate. Game 7 just inherently feel different because of that?
Well, it's win or go home. You know, we have a job to do going into this series. It was the first of 4, and both teams have 3, so it makes for great storylines. But it comes down to playing good basketball, executing on both ends, making some shots along the way. Just continue to play together and understand that there's going to be some runs by either team that you have to stay focused and together, and just be committed to what we want to do each possession.
Scott, KD and Westbrook seemed to hit their high point in chemistry last night in this series. What did you see there?
Well, they've been good for many years. They're really good basketball players, and they understand that in order to continue to improve, that they're going to have to play at a high level. But they generate a lot of opportunities for our other guys. But I like what they did last night. Kevin's first possession on opening tap was a defensive mindset. He got into the basketball with Lee, and he set the tone for the team. But he makes winning basketball plays for us, and both guys are just, they're terrific players.
Starting Karan last night and playing Steven extended minutes, did you get what you were hoping to get out of those guys last night?
Well, I thought Karan has done a good job since we picked him up. Sam did a good job, obviously, of acquiring him and bringing him to our team. And our guys, got to give our guys a lot of credit. They opened up immediately, open arms, and made him feel at home and comfortable with what we do. And It's taken him some time to get familiar with what we do on both ends of the floor, our sets, our name calls, our defensive schemes. He's done a good job. One thing about Karan, he's been there before. He understands how to play. He understands spacing, understands defensive angles. He understands playing with toughness. He dove on the ball for the loose ball was a big play for us. He gets in there and fights on the defensive rebounds, which is important for us in this series. And then Steven comes in. Steven's a big body. He's improved all year long. His minutes have been pretty steady. Sometimes they're not as high, but he does his work on the practice floor to give him opportunities to play well. I thought he was active on his defensive recoveries, blocking shots. I thought he did a great job of setting screens and freeing up our guys. He played a good game. But one of the things going into the series with their bigs, how they play and how they demand so much attention. We need all 5 of our bigs. And even in game 1, Hash played a few minutes, but Nick, Steven, Serge, Perk, and Hash has done a good job all series long, because when you play against this team, you got to guard them. You got to guard their bigs from the pick and roll standpoint in their coverage, and then also at the block.
And will you go with that plan tomorrow? Karan still in the starting lineup?
Yes. Yeah.
Scott, you talked about your first words in your press conference last night was a good professional game of possession by possession. Yet your team got momentum and plays with passion. How do you sew those two together when you're playing one possession at a time?
Well, you have to. I mean, to me, playing with passion is the easiest thing to do, because if you want something collectively as a group, that you inspire one another, and I thought that's what we did last night. And then playing for each other is something that we've talked about for many times. The pressure of us is playing hard and playing for each other. That's the only pressure I put on the guys, and they've done a terrific job over the years. We won a lot of games by just attacking the game the right way. And I thought last night we did with 48 minutes. There's a lot of ups and downs in an NBA game. An NBA playoff game even takes that to another level. But I thought they were always in the moment of making sure that they were taking care of each other and had each other's back each possession.
You've talked about this series, turnover here, a shot there, missed there. Kind of the little things, especially after you look at the film from last night's video. How do you think you guys did all those little things?
Well, the little things are always important. You know, we've lost some overtime games. A little thing here or there could have made the difference. I'm not saying that it didn't happen. We just need more of them. And I thought last night we did a good job of really attacking the little things, boxing out, closing out under control, playing with a purpose on the offensive end. And then we made some shots. I think, like I've said last night, when you don't make shots, you still want to defend and compete, and we've done that. You know, last night we made some shots, and we still, we defended and competed, and also we made the shots.
Scott, the decision to go with Karan in the starting lineup, what were you hoping to get out of that? Was it all about three-point shooting, or were there other things that you were hoping would come out of that?
Well, he obviously is a shot maker from the three. He understands good spacing. He's a good defender. He's been there before. There's a lot of intangibles that I can get into that I don't want to bore you with, but one of the things that he does well, he has the ability to make shots, and our guys understand that. And another thing that he has a confidence about himself, and our guys see that. And just obviously it stems from how he was raised, how he was brought up, and how he had overcome a lot of adverse situations, and he's made it by overcoming all those obstacles, and you see it on the floor. You see it on the floor how he plays.
That's a mental thing, but tactically, did he create more space for some of those other guys out there while he's out there?
Well, the way they play, they pack the paint, so we have to have guys that can spot up. You know, we have a lot of guys that can do that. It's not an indictment on Tabo. Tabo's been great for us for a lot of years, and he's still going to be in the mix. And going on Tabo, I think that how he handled the situation. Obviously, I think it says a lot about him and his character, and he was committed to the win. But But with Karan, he gives us another good player on the floor, in which we have a team full of good players.
You guys had that energy, effort, intensity every possession last night. What kind of stood out to you about your effort as a team?
I think we started off the game physical. We just played as hard as we could. That's all we want to do is come out there and play extremely hard, not worry about just X's and O's. We know we have to do in that area, but playing extremely hard on offense and defense, and I think we did an okay job. I think we got another level we can go to.
Was improved defensively, because that was one of your better defensive games actually probably of the season.
Well, we contested shots. We made them feel us a little bit. On their cuts, they didn't just move the way they wanted to move or where they wanted to go. We boxed out and we got rebounds.
Kevin, what have you figured out about why the three has not been falling for you this season?
I don't know. I really don't care. I don't keep shooting if I'm open. If I'm open, stay confident and let it fly.
Kevin, you and Russell really hit a rhythm last night. What difference did you feel just that resulted in the numbers you two put up while on the floor together again?
Well, we just did what we were supposed to do as far as coming out there and being leaders of the team, not just trying to score or find our rhythm, but it was more so just about playing extremely hard from the start to the end and inspiring our teammates with our play. We can score the basketball, we get a lot of shots from the team, but it's not about that. It's about how we want to come and play in the pick and roll coverage, how many rebounds we want to grab, how we want to pressure our guy out when he's handling the ball. So small stuff like that is what gets us going on the offensive end. So we got to do a better job next game.
Kevin, how important was spacing as well offensively? Russell was really mindful of that throughout.
Yeah, he was really mindful of looking for guys and finding guys early and picking and choosing the spots well. And I think he's not satisfied with what he did. He wants to get better at it, and we have to come through better for him as far as shooting the basketball a little better from the three-pointer. And just being aggressive going to the rim as well.
What kind of impact does Steven's physicality have in this series?
Well, he's great because he's he gives us another body to throw at those big guys. He's physical himself. He doesn't mind bumping down low. He rebounds and blocks shots, and he finishes on the offensive end. So he still has a long ways to go as far as just knowing the game better, just because he's a rookie. But he's learning from Perk and Nick, and those guys are helping him out. Serge are helping him out every single day.
Kevin, I know you both played in one Game 7 in the playoffs in your career, but do you remember it being any different? I mean, it's sort of like NCAA tournament, win or go home for everybody.
Yeah, I mean, it's you have no other option but to win. I mean, you can't get the game back. Game 7, you have to be ready to go from the beginning. So just going out there and having fun with the game, leaving it all out there and live with the results.
Kevin, what's the response and support been like for you since some of the controversy yesterday?
Controversy? I wouldn't say it's controversy. It's just people doing their jobs, man. And my mom and my brothers and all my friends were so upset, and I was just like, man, it comes with the territory. It's a part of it, and I understand that. And I have to play better. I just got to look at myself in the mirror and I have to own up to it. And it is what it is. But the support here in Oklahoma City, I didn't really need it, or I wasn't down on myself, but the people just were unbelievable. I was riding home from the airport at 1 o'clock in the morning, and I seen the OKC Loves KD billboard, and I was thinking it took a little too far, because I really didn't care about it, man. It was just a part of the game, and I understand it. But the support I've gotten from everybody, from my friends and families to everybody I associate myself with, really showed me a lot of love yesterday, and I appreciate it.
Anybody leave cookies on the doorstep or anything like that?
No. They don't know where I live yet, so I'm sure.
Only because of that?
Yeah.
Kevin, what kind of impact did Karan have last night just on floor spacing and being able to knock down shots?
Well, he came in and gave us some good minutes, and he was physical on offense and defense. And he just made shots. We expect him to shoot those shots when we give it to him, and he was aggressive last night.
Did you sense a different urgency last night than maybe you had earlier in the series?
It was definitely different from the tip. We came out and we knew that our backs were against the wall. So we have to play like that when we know it's Game 7. So we can't just do that after a loss. We have to do it after a W as well. So we got to come out with a lot of intensity, especially at home. It's easy to relax when you're at home, but I think our group has seen in games 2 and 5 that if we relax, we can be beaten. So we have to come out with that urgency from the beginning.
How important is it to keep guys like Udra and Miller under control? You kept them under control yesterday. How important will that be in Game 7?
Those guys play well together, and I think just being conscious of where Miller is all the time and just putting the body on Udra. You know, he can't get comfortable early on. So, you know, when we put guys on him and make it tough on him, you know, you struggle throughout the game. So they're good players, and they're really good in that system, so we have to be aware of them.
Kevin, you talked about Karan. Sometimes I see him out there doing games, and it just looks like he's a kid in a game or a kid on a playground. Have you sort of sensed that joy out of him?
Yeah, he loves basketball, man. His first road trip with us, I went to the gym in Phoenix, and something just told me to text him, and he was the first guy downstairs to come work out with me. So he just loves to play. He loves to be on the court, and you can just tell. No matter, you know, even if he's 50 years old, he still wants to play, and that's what I love about him.
That'll wrap up this Thunder Report. We'll have more coming up on the TotallyTickets.com countdown to tip-off show from 6 to 7 o'clock tonight at Toby Keith's I Love This Bar and Grill. Memphis now without Zach Randolph in the lineup, suspended after punching Steven Adams, and now it's up in the air whether Tony Allen will play in tonight's game. Thanks for watching the Franchise Thunder Report. I'm David Garrett for 107.7 The Franchise.